Kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Escondido, California, where today has been rest and relaxation day. Well, supposed to be since it is a Sunday, but it didn't quite work out that way. So I had an early night last night, slept long. Zephy, I got her up around 6:30 this morning and she came back to bed and snuggled, and I managed to stay in bed until 9 o'clock. I was trying to stay in bed as long as possible, but by 9 o'clock I was getting so restless I just had to get up. I couldn't lay in bed any longer. Zephy, on the other hand, just sort of like glared at me and went back to sleep. She likes her sleep. She likes to be able to sleep on the bed. But today we also did some, just kind of bummed around, went for a walk. What else did we do? Bummed around a bit, and then went and did her week 5 training. And her training was, what did we do today? Oh, we had one-on-one time with the trainer because yesterday was her class and of course we couldn't be there. So today we got makeup day and makeup days with the trainer, and we got one-on-one time with the trainer. We did the, that was come front, where she's got to come in front of me and sit in front of me. Also had to lay down, taught her down as well. Another one we were teaching her was shake. She already knows shake. We do it often. So the instructor said, let me see her do a shake. So I showed her do a shake, and then I showed her how she does a high 5, and she actually does a high 10. You put your hand up like this, and she puts both paws on it. Or she put one paw there, and then the other one joins it. It's kind of fun. And then backing up was another command that she was teaching as well. And so I said, well, she knows that one very well. So I showed her how she backs up, which is kind of cool. She did, but Zephy did really, really well. We went out in the shop and zigzagged through the shelves and stuff, practicing her loose leash walking. And she did the best she has ever done in the shop in the past. I guess it also helped that there weren't a lot of people in the store as well. So we had a lot of aisles, because it seems on Saturday most people seem to go to the pet store on Saturdays, but Sunday there was hardly anybody there. So we went up and down the aisles and stuff. And so of course when she finished, she got to go choose her toys, and they always seem to have some deal on the toys, and this time it was buy a treat and get 50% off a toy. And then the other one was they had another special on, like buy 2 treats and get the third one 50% off, which worked out brilliantly because I needed to restock on her training treats. And so we got that taken care of. She got a couple of toys, which are just still in the shopping bag. Shh, don't tell her. She's busy munching on a bone that's got some chicken and something in it. And got a couple of toys. But they also had, and I had never seen them in the store before, they had one of those puzzle board things that you where you this one you've got to swipe things out of the way or push buttons and that sort of thing. So we're going to be hiding treats into that, and I haven't got that one out yet. We've got to clean it first before she gets it. So tomorrow we'll try her on that one and see how she does. So it was a really good day. We had fun and came back from that, and she just got up on the couch. Well, first of all, she whined at everybody walking past because nobody was paying her any attention. And then she went to sleep on the couch and basically slept the afternoon away while I did some reading. Got some work done for my polka dots, and then I watched a movie called Up in the Air with George Clooney. It came out in 2009. It was a very different movie. It was kind of cool. It was George Clooney is this guy who he basically lives in a plane. He's flying all over the country. He goes from one city to the next, to the next, to the next, and his job is to fire people on behalf of the company. So companies hire him to come in and do the firing, give them the packets that they get that tells them what their severance pay is going to be and all that sort of stuff, and do they still get medical benefits, what benefits they get, and all that sort of thing. So he was just flying all over the place. And so it's very interesting about the people that he met along the way, all the firing that was done. And he had this very regimented way. He was, he had a rewards card for everything, from the rental car to the airlines to the hotels. So you could see him using his elite status on these different cards and things. And he'd always have a carry-on luggage. And I read on a trivia thing about the movie that the clothes you saw him wearing in the movie would actually fit into one carry-on bag. So I thought that was kind of cool, that his wardrobe for the movie you could actually easily pack into a into a carry-on bag, and he would always carry his bags on, never did the checkout. And it was interesting to see how he chose which lane to go in. But I'm not going to spoil that for you because it's part of the story. When he's teaching this new girl about how you expedite through the airport and make your time very efficient from getting through the airport, and how to get through very quickly and that sort of thing. And how he teaches her how to pack and take a carry-on, and because she turns up with this great big suitcase, and he says, no. So, well, hello. Somebody's come to say hello. You say hello? Yeah? Oh, okay. She just wanted to say hi. And so he basically gets her a carry-on size, and then gets her to repack her big suitcase into this little suitcase. And in the meanwhile, he's taking stuff out like travel pillow, you don't need that. Puts that in the trash. Takes out a real pillow, which takes up half of her suitcase, and says, yep, you definitely don't need that. We've got better ones on the road. Hey, baby, you out of food? No, you still got some there. We'll get you some more when I'm finished here, okay? She's probably looking for her TOYSs. And that we got today, because she actually climbed into one of the bins today to pick a toy. That was the funny. Oh, that's fun thing to. So we're going up and down the toy aisle, and she's busy sniffing along and stopping and sniffing at some things and others. And then one of the toys she takes a real liking to, so she actually climbs into the toy bin with the toy and starts sniffing around and digging into there. So we're like, okay, we're definitely getting that toy then. So she doesn't realize it's sitting in the bag on the driver's seat up there. So back to Up in the Air. So it was a really, really good movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Did not end how I thought it would end. So it's nice to be surprised. When you think how a movie's going to end, and then to have it come out completely different was a really nice surprise. So that made it really good. But it was just a really good storyline and all that. And I was looking up some interesting facts about the movie, and just, also, like I said, George Clooney's entire wardrobe fitted into a carry-on bag. Some of the actors that they had talking about, because he would sit there across the table from the person and tell them that they had been let go, their position was no longer there. So basically he's firing them. And so what they actually did is, when they were filming the movie, they put a call out in St. Louis and Detroit for people who had been recently laid off, and had them come in, and they told them it was for a documentary. They sat them in front of the camera and said, pretend that camera is the person who just told you got fired, and how did you react, or what did you want to say that you didn't get a chance to say at the time. So then they used all of these clips later on, as you're seeing, him sitting at a job, and then he's firing those people. And they said you can tell who the real people were that got laid off, because they didn't have a dialogue with the main characters in the movie. It was just them on the camera talking. Those that had the dialogue with the actors were actually actors. And they said the reason that they didn't want to put any of the people that had actually been laid off, because they didn't want them getting starstruck by sitting opposite George Clooney or can't think of the actress's name now. But I thought that was a really cool way to do that. So that was awesome. But it was a pretty good movie, and talking about loyalty and royalty programs and all of that sort of thing. And I'm like, there are so many changes that have gone in those things over the years. So that was really, really cool. So we've had her training, done week 5 of training. Next week is week 6, and it's graduation. And they normally have ice cream. They got this dog ice cream machine out. This ice cream machine for dog. Sorry, they have an ice cream machine out the back that has ice cream for dogs in it, but it's broken. So she may not get her ice cream, but the pet store does have little ice cream cups that you can purchase. So she might get one of those next week, just as a congratulations, you passed your class. But we will definitely be continuing her training when I'm on the road, keeping her up with all the stuff that she's learned over the last 6 weeks. We'll be definitely keeping up with those. We will also be teaching her other stuff along the way too. Now that I'm back into that training mode of training a puppy again, we can definitely teach her how to do other things. And and they had scales there at the store today when we were walking around, so I just went up and plonked her on it, and that little thing in 8 weeks has put on 4 pounds. So she's now at 25.5 pounds. She was 21.5 pounds when I first took her to the vet, which was a few days after I had adopted her. And I've now had her 8 weeks, and she's put on 4 pounds. So she's 25.5 pounds. And they say she'll top out between 30 and 35. So she's definitely putting the weight on. getting lots of exercise as well. And so Zephy's doing really well. So we've had a training today. We saw a really good movie today. And Up in the Air was on, I think it was Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Is it Netflix? Yes, Netflix. I think it was Netflix. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really cool. I love the way it finishes. And I am now back into sending cards again. People know that I like to send cards, and I haven't done that over the last couple of years. And Kathy's asked me, did you train Gus as a puppy? When we got Gus, he was 8 months old and fully trained, but we took him through beginner, intermediate, advanced, and got him canine good citizenship certified. So we took him through the whole training, and the reason we did that was so that he could get used to us training him. And so we learned how to train him, but he was already trained in most of the commands that we were giving him. And so he did learn some new stuff. We learned completely on how to train him, and he got used to us giving commands rather than us trying to give him a command and him still thinking of former owners. So yes, we did train Gus, but Zephy was completely untrained, although she was house trained when I got her, but she didn't know what sit, down, stay. Well, we still have issues with stay. Wait, she's getting better at that one. Most of the general commands the normal commands that you give, she didn't know, but I've been working with her, and she's very quickly picking stuff up. It's kind of cool. So anyway, so for the last 2 to 3 years, I haven't really been sending out cards. With everything that was going on with Brad and all of that sort of stuff, it was just sort of like I just completely lost interest in sending cards. And now I'm sort of like getting itchy again. I need to send cards again. So I need to update my database. So I'm going to put a link in here shortly, which is Have to Celebrate. And so if you would like us to send you a birthday card, if you could, I'm actually going to post it as a separate link. I might put it in here as well. Yeah, I'll put it in the comments up here as well. If you could please click that link, go in there, fill out the information, because it'll update, give me your new updated information along with your birthday. It's just month and day. We're not interested in the year, just month and day. And that way we can update the database, and I can start sending out birthday cards again. Yay! Looking forward to being able to do that. So that's it from me for today. I am off to, maybe go watch another movie. It's got the number 2, have number 2 celebrate. But yeah, basically that. So that's it from me. Sorry, totally blanked out on what I was talking about. So that's it from me for today. So I hope you guys have a super fantastic sparkling day. Tomorrow I get to go and have lunch with one of my vendors. So you'll get to hear some, maybe some cool stuff tomorrow night about what I learn. Let's see, who am I meeting with tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm meeting with Norwegian Cruise Lines. So I'm going to go find out what's happening with Norwegian Cruise Lines, new ships, new itineraries, all of that cool stuff. So you'll be able to hear some of that tomorrow. I know that coming up in my Crazy Travel Deals site, I think I have some Norwegian ones in there. I do have some Norwegian one. I've got a 4th of July one that came out yesterday, I think it was. It actually departs, no, hang on, that was Alaska. That was Celebrity in Alaska. Oh, I have a Thanksgiving cruise that's posted for Norwegian. So it's on Norwegian's Pride of America. It's 7 days around the Hawaiian Islands, and you get 2 nights in Honolulu pre-cruise. It's part of the package. And it is a Thanksgiving cruise. So that one went into Crazy Travel Deals. It was either yesterday or the day before, but I know it's already in there. So if you go into Crazy Travel Deals, scroll down till you see Thanksgiving cruise, and then that's the Norwegian one. I do have other Norwegian cruises that are in there and that are coming into Crazy Travel Deals. So I will have more information for you tomorrow after my meeting with Norwegian Cruise Lines. So that's it from me for this evening. I think I'm going to go watch another movie, or maybe I will read. I feel like watching another movie. Not sure what I want to watch. We shall see. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. Hej con era!